Pankaj, you've been in this market, have seen the entire cycle of going up and then crashing down. The market that you've launched Trump Towers in was once supposedly the best upcoming market, went down miserably. Do you think after this launch, golf course extension has got re-rated forever? 100%. Or at least for the next few years?
100%. People, channel partners, buyers have already started calling that road as Trump Road. So that is the power of Trump brand.
They started calling it the Trump Road?
The golf course extension.
I think we're going to own golf course extension. But see, golf course extension comes
like Trump
from
Road,
the real
personally, but I would.
All right. Well, it's a heavy brand to carry on your shoulder, isn't it, Donald Trump Jr.? It brings with it a lot of responsibility as well.
It does, but it's exciting. And, I like that kind of responsibility. That's a burden I want to bear because, again, I believe in the market and I've spent, over a decade trying to prove that thesis to myself and to others.
All right. Kalpesh, what is the responsibility you bear with this Trump brand and being the sole licensing company for this brand in India?
So, our relationship kind of changed. When we first brought the Trump brand to India, we were helping Trump license the brand. So, Don and I were on one side and we were licensing it to other partners. And now, once Tribeca decided to enter development, we've now become JV partners with M3M. No, with M3M here.
All right.
And we're the we're the licensees to with Don. But that's sort of legal structuring. My overall responsibility is just to maintain and grow the brand and make sure that the standards that they've set in the US are being adhered to and bettered in India. And making sure the brand is.
How long does it take to find the right partners?
It takes years. It takes years. I think the 5 deals that have happened were a result of over 100 deals that we seriously looked at. Probably 25, 30, term sheets signed.
What happens to the 5th one? I'm sorry, I'm stopping you here, but there's one more with IDEO. When do you launch that? As a retail come commercial?
I think that's going to get launched sometime this year.
So within 2018 is the plan.
I think that
should be. Obviously that was in an early stage development, finalizing aspects of that, finalizing design. So it just depends on when they want to launch. It also depends on the market and what's going on in that market. But we're excited about that one as well.
Did you hear clearly what Kalpesh said earlier? He was with you, and we were getting the he was supporting you, but now he's become a developer with us, and now we are on one side of the table, and you are the brand licensor.
But that's the interesting thing. Again, when you form the right relationship over time, and it isn't about instant gratification, put some money in your pocket today, that can still work. We can be on opposite sides of the table and say, you know what, hey, someone's going to take a little bit of a hit this way, but it's the right thing for us for the future. And that makes it so much easier, again, in time when I'm looking to do deals again in the future.
Right.
To be able to say, we're ready, let's go. Right. And to have those relationships in your back pocket is important.
Any other business plans along with Don in India? You have Deepak Parekh as well on your board, right? For Tribeca.
So with Trump,
give us some breaking news. Come on,
with Trump, there's nothing else we can announce, but there is something exciting we'll be announcing next week, and that's all I can say on that.
We won't let the cat out of the bag.
Won't let
Not amongst the pigeons.
Exactly. Not out of the bag just yet.
All right. How soon do you think you'll sell off the entire project? At this current rate, will you be able to maintain the momentum?
Absolutely.
Pankaj?
I think my target is to sell the entire product in next 6 months.
Next 6 months?
Absolutely. 100% sold out.
All right.
Maybe we'll find an opportunity if we can do another tower, which we cannot, unfortunately.
Responsible for it.
No, he just set the expectation right once again. He just said that these guys have met my expectation, but now I'm expecting some more. So I'm taking that as a feedback, and I'll make sure you're very, very happy when next time you're here.
6 months. Yeah. Okay. So both of you have got lots to do. A lot of responsibility of being the US President's son. Now you're managing a global empire. Along with your brother, you have 5 children, aged between 3 and 10.
Yes.
How wonderful is that? And you're managing all of it. How are you balancing it?
It's not easy. It's not easy. I think, obviously the kids, in the grand scheme of things, it's more important than anything. So you have to try to do that right. So I try to be active when I can. Obviously, the business responsibility is a great one. And even though I'm not in the administration, politics becomes a part of it because, I believe in what my father's doing and certainly up against a lot of adversity. I'm a vocal kind of guy. I'm not so good at just sitting in a corner and being quiet. So it's all important, all has to get done. Family being number one, business probably being number two, politics being three. But
so family is number one.
Family has to
How
be
much
number
time
one.
do you get to spend with your family and
Well,
your
this
children?
week, not a lot.
Ah,
Okay, this week,
is
not a
India.
lot. But I was with them all weekend, and so it was great. And you know, I think they get it. Certainly, the older ones are starting to understand sort of the weight of that responsibility and how it is different than it was before. You know, but it has been interesting. It has been fascinating, and you know, as an American, I think it's important to watch and see that whole process unfold. It's an incredible opportunity just to be able to sort of, you know, be a fly on the wall in certain instances of, you know, not only, you know, probably the greatest political upset in history and as it relates to the campaign, but to also see what's going on now and the reforms and the changes that are being made that are historic and rapid, because you finally have a businessman, someone who's actually done these things, not just talked about it, but someone who's actually done these things in the real world, doing it in practice in politics is great.
I'm surprised that you're not part of the government because, I mean, that was an amazing speech, Mr. Trump,
thank you.
for your father.
Listen,
and on behalf, but just coming to the second one, I mean, our countries share a very warm relationship. Prime Minister Modi and your father have always had such a positive partnership. You will be meeting Prime Minister Modi on the sidelines of a global summit. No government official visit, but do you have anything in mind on what you could be discussing with him and chatting?
No, not really. You know, again, I'm here as a businessman, and I think, you know, when you talk about the two largest, and this, I guess, you know, I'll say this in my speech, which is, you know, now the U.S. is the second largest democracy. And we don't like being second too often. It's not a Trump thing, right? But in this case, we'll make an exception and say that's okay. But, you know, I think there's a lot there. There's a reason why India is, you know, way before we were ever in politics, but, you know, a place that we were really looking to do deals and to invest in, because I think there's a lot more similarity. And when you talk about this sort of natural business relationship beyond the political relationship of the two largest democracies in the world, I think that's an important relationship to maintain, especially when you look at what's going on in the world today in many of the other markets and many of the up-and-coming powers. So, you know, I think that alliance you know, has always been strong politically and should remain so. But, you know, for me as a businessman, which is the way I look at it, I think that alliance is also great because I think there's a lot of things that can be shared that can promote both of our economies. And frankly, strength in economy is going to be strength in everything else. And those are the things that I'm concerned about.
Donald Trump Jr., pleasure to have you with us, with your two partners, Kalpesh Mehta and Pankaj Bansal. All the best to you for your India vision. And
really appreciate it.
hope to see more of you back here in the
Definitely.
country.